Today we'll be seeing about something called as the preview mode of Google Tag Manager. Now you might recall that we have used this option many a times in the past videos, but today we'll just see what it is and how it works. So this is the preview mode button where you can go to check your work. Like suppose there are some changes that you made and you want to test if they work before you make the site live for the public, then you can test it by going into the preview mode. You can catch your errors, or you can see if everything's working according to how it was intended to work. So all that can be done in the preview mode. Now before going into the preview mode, you might recall we had made some tags and triggers. Suppose if we go to this tag, we had a scroll tracking tag which fired when we scroll down 10%, 25%, 50% till 90%. And then we had the event tag which fired on clicks. So we'll see if all this is working by going into preview. Firstly, we'll click on the preview. It will open a Google Tag Assistant tab, and which will ask you to enter your website's URL. Now this will be blank for the first time when you're trying this for the first time, so you'll just have to enter your URL here, and this will give you your container ID, which you can go to the Google Tag Manager to check if it's the same or not. This is important to just verify if it's the same or not. And then this option, it will just make the debug session more reliable if you keep it ticked, but it might break your site. So it's it usually won't give you a problem, but if it does, then you can untick and try again. So click connect. This will just open your site in a new tab now. Okay, so as you can see, our site has been opened in a new tab, and this pop-up has appeared which tells us that Google Tag Assistant is connected. This is a quick way to know that Google Tag Manager is installed on your website and it is working. We'll just minimize this and put it to the side. You can see we have just come on the site, and if we go to our Tag Assistant tab, a summary section has appeared here. Now this summary, it will just give you an overview of what has happened on your site, like the tags that have fired till now, the tags that have not fired, and underneath the summary you have these events tab. Like you have all the separate events that are happening on your site, right? So first, all this, even under this, you can see the various tags that are fired on events. If you are on summary, it will give you the whole summary of the site, like during this engagement what all tags are fired. But if you want to further dig deeper down, you can go and check the tags fired for specific events as well. So this was our page view tag that was fired, and you can check the variables for this. You can go and check the data layer for this. Now data layer is something which we'll be seeing in the later videos, but you can see all that. There's errors. If there were any errors, they would show up here. Then scroll depth. We had put a tag that would fire if we scroll down 10%, 25%, 50%, 75%, 90%. So this just tells you that for now you have scrolled down 10% of your website. Now going back to our site, if I just open it in a different tab here, just keep an eye on the left side here, because as I scroll down further, a new scroll depth event will be added here. Now this just means that I have now scrolled 25%, and if I scroll down even further, another scroll depth event has been added, and similarly it will get added as I scroll down further. And now if I just go back down and just click a few buttons, like suppose I click this button, a click event has occurred here. So I'll just minimize this. As you can see here, if you click on a specific event here, it will show you which tags fired on that event or which tags were not fired on that event. Similarly, you can check for others as well. As you can see here, the scroll tracking tag has fired, but if you go on the click event, the other event has fired which we set on all clicks. And even in this, if you go to variables, you can see the variables for this. At this point we had only scrolled past 10% of the site, so the value for the scroll depth threshold is 10, but on this point we had scrolled past 25%, so it gives you 25. Similarly 50, 75 and 90, and again you can go check the data layer and errors for specific events. All right, now while we are in the while we are in the tag assistant tab, we can also see that it shows you two Google containers found, which is firstly it is the Google Tag Manager ID, which again you can go to Google Tag Manager and verify, and second is your Google Analytics ID. So then there's this three dot button which you can use to share your previews with others. Like if you click here, it will give you the domain URL which you're currently previewing. Will show you the choose tags to debug. Then there's a shareable debug link. This is the link that you have to copy and share to someone if you want them to see the work you have done, the preview work. Alright, and you can close this. Then you can just simply click on the X here, and it will ask, are you sure you want to stop debugging? You can click stop debugging, and our debug mode has been closed. Now suppose you're currently we are in the version 2 of this workspace, right? Which means that I have previously released a version as well, which might have different functionalities or different tags that were put in. So if I go to just versions here, you can see we are currently on the second version. Version 2 is live, which means I've published it. And if suppose you want to preview the first version as well, you can just click here and go to preview. Again, it will ask you the same details. You can click connect, and it will open your site in a new tab. Now I had not set any tags on this version, but this was just to show you how to preview previous versions as well. So only the no tags have been fired because I had not set any tags on this version, right? I'll just close the tag assistant now and return to our workspace. And another thing to remember while working with preview mode is that if you make any new changes, suppose you add a new tag or a new trigger or even a new variable, then if you are currently in the preview mode, you have to close the preview mode, come back here and start the preview mode again for the new changes to show in the preview mode. All right. So yeah, that's just something you need to remember while working with preview mode. So yeah, this was pretty much all about the preview mode. We saw how to get into the preview mode, how it works, what the summary part does. It shows you the overall tags fired, tags not fired of the site, and overall details basically of the site, all variables, data layer, errors, and there's the event section below it, which can give you the details for specific events that happen on the site as the engagement proceeded. So we saw the scroll depth, and if we clicked on a button, the click event appeared in the left side. So yeah, that's how you use the preview mode to debug the changes that you made, just to be sure that everything is in place before you actually publish the site or publish the changes and make the site live for public. So yeah, this was just overview of the preview mode. Thank you for watching.